Good afternoon, VIDA Universe. My name is Chris Parkinson, and this is my 20-minute abs class. For this class, you're going to need a mat, a pair of gliders if you have them at home, or in the place of gliders, a couple of towels, and that's it. Go ahead and place any music on that you'd like in the background. We're going to start off laying on our backs. We have 15 exercises here, 2 warm-up exercises. Each exercise is going to be 40 seconds long with 20 seconds in between for me to explain the next exercise. First exercise, you're going to bring your knees in the tabletop, so stack one knee on top of the other. Bring your hands behind your head. Curl your shoulders up off the ground. Look at your belly button. Extend your legs all the way out in front of you. Pull your knees back in. Let your shoulders fall back down. Tap one heel to the ground without arching your back. And then tap the opposite heel to the ground without arching your back. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Knees up, shoulders curl up, slight crunch. Extend your legs out in front of you. Bring the knees back in, let the shoulders fall back. Keep your spine in neutral here. One heel attaches to the floor, another heel taps down to the floor. Bring the knees back up, curl the shoulders up, extend the legs out in front of you. Bring the knees back in, shoulders fall back down. One heel taps the floor without arching your back. Opposite heel taps the floor without arching your back. Curl the shoulders up. Extend the legs out in front of you. No tuck to your pelvis. Bring the knees in. Shoulders fall back. One heel taps. Opposite heel taps. Knees come back in. Curl shoulders up. Extend legs out in front of you. Bring knees back in. Shoulders fall down. One heel taps. Opposite heel taps. And then feet come down to the ground. That's 40 seconds. Roll over onto your chest here. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Reach your right arm out in front of you. Reach the left leg straight back behind you. And then bring hand and knee down. You're going to alternate here for 40 seconds. Opposite arm, opposite leg, go. When you're doing this, make sure you reach up towards the sky with the arm. Reach up towards the sky with the butt muscles. Keep the abs braced here. Try not to rock your weight side to side. If you want to get a little more amped up, bring them to a plank. Opposite arm, opposite leg in your plank. All right, although this is still the warm-up, so on your hands, on your knees is just fine here. 15 more seconds. Try not to arch your back here too much. Try not to round your spine too much. All you're doing is keeping a neutral spine and reaching out with opposite arm, opposite leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand and knees come back down. Gonna roll back onto your back. On your back, gonna bring your knees up into your chest. Extend the left leg out in front of you. Pull the right knee in towards your chest. Keep your sacrum, that triangular shaped bone, flat on the earth here. You're gonna alternate legs. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pull the knee in towards the chest. Try to lift the chest up towards the knee. Keep the sacrum flat on the earth. Extend the leg out in front of you. Firm the thigh when you do that. Use the hamstring to bend the knee to pull the thigh back in. Your thighs almost graze one another as you extend and pull the knee in. Whole idea here is you want to pull the knee towards the chest instead of towards the armpit if you can. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest, roll all the way up, come into a tabletop position. Next exercise, you have shoulder taps. That looks like this. You're in a plank without shifting your weight side to side. You're gonna tap shoulder, putting all the weight into that hand that's supporting your entire body along with your legs. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Feet back behind you, spread nice and wide, tapping your shoulders, butt nice and low to the ground. Modification here, knees on the ground, tapping shoulders, hips stay high. A little tuck to your pelvis here to make sure you're not arching your back. 20 seconds to go. Keep the hands directly underneath your shoulders. Try not to rock side to side. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Rest, cross your legs behind you. Sit down into your backs. Next exercise is called double leg stretch. Just like that single leg stretch we did about a minute ago. Shoulders curl up. Just keep your shoulders up. Extend the legs. Arms come up towards the sky. Circle the arms around. Pull the knees in. Thighs stay together. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Shoulders stay up. Extend the legs. Pull them back in. Try to keep the sacrum flat here. So you got to use your hip flexor muscles. Those are the muscles that bring the thigh towards the chest. Doesn't matter how many of these you do. In fact, going slower is sometimes more preferable. The slower you can go, the more muscles you incorporate. The more muscles you incorporate, the stronger your body gets. 15 more seconds here. Reach up towards the sky, not behind your head. Keep the shoulders lifted if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in, rock forwards and backwards, up into a tabletop position. Next exercise is called an elevator plank. You're going to start with your hands down, right down underneath your shoulders. You're going to lower down onto the forearms, come back up onto the hands here. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Feet back behind you, right? Hips nice and high, little tuck to your pelvis, and then you come up. Modification, knees down on the ground, forearms come down, straight back up. Try not to wobble the hips too much side to side. Keep your feet nice and wide here. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Knees come down. Cross your legs behind you. Roll onto your backs. Next exercise, single straight leg stretch. Shoulders come up, hands come behind the right knee. Left leg extends out in front, and then you switch. You can't bend your knees here. You got to keep the thighs turned on the entire time. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Single straight leg stretch. Pull in gently. Reach that opposite leg out as far as you can. Shoulders stay up. If your neck's getting tired, shoulders can stay on the ground, but no arch to your spine here. What we're doing is using our legs as a fulcrum, right, for our hips. In other words, gravity wants to pull the leg down and arch your back. Your abs, right, connected to your pelvis, prevent that from happening. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in, roll forwards and backwards. Come up into a tabletop position. Next exercise. Now you're going to put into a plank. You're going to bring left knee to left elbow, right knee to right elbow on the outside so we can target the obliques. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Option here if you like. Come down onto the forearms. Keep the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Also, option to stay on the knees. Elbow goes up towards knee, and you alternate. Keep the shoulders stacked right above the elbows here. And so you're not reaching your arms out in front of the shoulders. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Knees come down. Recover. Cross your legs behind you. Lower onto your backs. Next exercise. Hands either come underneath your butt or behind your head. If your hands are behind your head, your shoulders curl up. Lift the legs up into the air. You lower your legs 6 inches, lift them 6 inches. Or hands are underneath the butt. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If your shoulders are down, never letting your back arch. Just like the previous exercise, the legs lowering produce
that fulcrum with the hips and with the abdominal muscles. You go slow. Lift using hip flexors. You got really tight hamstrings, heels stay together, knees go wide apart. Don't need to lower more than 6 inches. That's plenty to create the tension in your abdominals. 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest. Rock forwards and backwards. Come all the way up to a seated position. This next exercise, you're gonna need your towels. You're gonna take one towel and then the other towel. Put them underneath your feet behind you. And then you're gonna come down onto your forearms here. You're gonna press back with the arms, pull in with the arms. Keep pressing down into the earth to keep the chest nice and high. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, 40 seconds. Elbows down, press back, pull forward. This is like using an ab wheel. Other option, to modify, press back, pull in, knees come down for a little break. Then hips go back up, press back, pull in, knees can come down. Right? Do not let your shoulder blades come together behind you. Keep pressing the earth away, puffing your upper back up towards the ceiling, using your chest muscles. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Recover, everybody. Beautiful work so far. You're gonna cross your legs behind you. Lower onto your back. Next exercise, this is called bicycle crunches or crisscross. Hands come behind your head, shoulders curl up. You bring left leg out in front, left armpit, not elbow, goes towards right knee, and then you switch for 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Armpit comes across. Right, modification here. Both feet on the ground, cross an ankle, bring armpit up towards knee. Both feet come back down, cross opposite ankle, armpit comes up towards knee. If you're doing the modification, lift your chest as high as you can without moving the knee. So get the chest to come up and the torso to rotate instead of using the muscles in your shoulder to bring your elbow across and the muscles in your hip flexors to bring the knee across. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Recover, everybody. Come up into a tabletop position. Next exercise, you're gonna take your mat, fold it in half. Once, and then twice. So you got a nice mat here. Feet are gonna come back on to your towels or your shirts. This is called atomic push-up. This is what we've been warming up to do the whole entire time. This is our peak exercise. So legs go back in front, back behind, excuse me. Pull the knees in nice and low. Press back, push up. Try to get between 8 and 12 of these. 40 seconds, go. Now, to modify this, pull the knees in, press the legs back, bring knees down, half push up. And then bring the hips up. Now, so you really want to focus here, keeping the hands right underneath the shoulders. Once again, don't pull those knees past your hips. In other words, don't pull the knees all the way into the chest. Pull them halfway in. So the lower abs really have to stabilize here. 15 seconds to go. Keep pressing down through your entire hand, trying to rest on the butt of your hand in between your palm and your wrist. Really important as we start to do more and more chest exercises during this time that you keep your wrists super healthy. 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Recover, everybody. Beautiful work. Gonna take your mat, unfold it. Set your towels off to the side for the moment. Lay down on your back. This is called a teaser. So, knees come into your chest, you curl your shoulders up. Bring your arms up towards the sky. You take an inhale. When you exhale, you sit halfway up, extend your legs. You bring the knees back in, arms go up towards the sky. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Curl up, pause at the top, knees come in, arms go up, shoulders can fall back down. Extend the legs, squeeze thighs together as you sit up, arms go up towards the sky. Exhaling every time you lift, and then bring the legs out in front of you. 15 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Knees come down. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock forwards and backwards. Come all the way up to a seated position. Cross your legs. Tabletop. Next exercise. You come into a forearm plank. Bring your right arm down. Stagger your feet here. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Thread the needle. Reach underneath your right armpit and reach up towards the ceiling. 40 seconds on this side, then 40 seconds on the other side. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Reach up and then thread. Try to move your torso here. Try not to move your hips. Modification, knee comes to the ground. You thread the needle. Doing just fine here. Forearm not for you today. Hand can come down. Regular side plank. Amp it up. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Knees come down. 20 seconds to recover. You got the other side to do now. Left hand comes down or left forearm. 4, 3, 2, 1. In your regular side plank if you want. Remember to move the torso and the arm, not the hips. Legs are staying stable. Or down on the forearm. Reaching up, threading underneath. And trying to bring the right armpit across towards the left armpit. Knee can come down if you get tired. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Hands come down. Tabletop position. Last 2 exercises here, everybody. The grand finale. These next 2 exercises, if you can't do them right away, this is something to practice on your own over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long we got left. These are called side plank crunches. So, right hand down on the ground, side plank. You're gonna bring left hand behind head, right knee comes up, left armpit goes down towards right knee, and you extend straight back out to your side plank. Good rule of thumb, want to get between 8 and 10 good ones. Everything stays stable, that's not working in your body here. 3, 2, 1, go. Modification for this. Right knee stays on the ground, left knee comes up towards left armpit, but then you got to keep the left knee up towards the sky. Try to do just 8 to 10. Stabilize in between each one. Do not rock back and forth. Pull the knee up as much as you pull the armpit down. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Knees come back down. Switch over to the other side. Left hand down, knee towards, armpit. 3, 2, 1. Legs extend. Right armpit towards left knee. Reach all the way back up. Pause in that side plank to stabilize yourself. And really actively press to the outside of that foot that's not moving. Come back up. Remember, it doesn't do you any good to bring the elbow towards the knee. You need to bring the armpit towards the knee. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees come down. One quick stretch for the abs, everybody. Come down onto your forearms, extend your legs back behind you. Chest is gonna go up and forwards. Firm your abdominals, tuck your pelvis slightly. We call this Sphinx pose. Just a little stretch for the abdominals. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Bring your hands straight down underneath you. Press in the tabletop. Cross your legs. Come into a seated position. Whew. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I'll be doing other videos for legs, for arms, for chest, back, and shoulders, and a special one for butt. So make sure to check those out when they're released. Have a great day, everybody.